What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Part 46 of the Crew Cab Charger. We are kind of short on time. I did end up getting up here a little bit earlier. I do have weld-through primer that we can use to paint the parts, to hopefully put them together and assemble my car. So, yeah, I'm not gonna... We're just gonna go right out there and get to work. So, yeah, here, I gotta change my hat. Got to change my hat. Oh, I left the Ford hat inside. All right, well, we're going hairless today, or hatless today. I mean, hairless too, but you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ah. All right. So. Oh, sad. I thought it was my winter car or Factorio. Well, I'm only gonna play for a little bit. Or hang on. Okay, rewind. We're only gonna work on the car for a little bit. I am either going to play Factorio today or cover the booster testing with NSF. It's one or the other. So we only have about an hour before we play Factorio or we play Factorio or booster testing. So yeah, all right. Let's make sure that's all working. Give me a second. Killer. You have hair. Yeah, I do. It exists. It's there. All right. Stand by for loss of signal from the office as expected. All right. What's going on? How's this working? Good? Oh, that's delayed. Give me 1 second. Let me restart it. All right. Ooh, still delayed. Huh. It's good? Yeah, it's getting there. Let me give it another restart, just real quick. Then we'll go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go, she's good. All right. Let's check the front cam, make sure the front cam is working. Hey, oh, that's terrible frame rate, hold on. What's up, Paul? How you doing? All right. I got weld-through primer. I got coffee. We only got an hour, so let's go. So this is the only weld-through primer I could find. I found it at a Napa. I've never used it before, don't know if it works. Seriously, this is the only stuff I could find. Nobody has this in stock. I don't know why, but I checked in O's, I checked in AutoZone, I checked in Advance, there's nothing. The SLS on your shirt is the wrong color. Yeah, but you know what's good about this shirt? I won't have to buy another one because, you know, Block 1S. We won't have to buy another one. That's, you know, that's good. That's a good thing. All right, so where we last left off was we were fabricating up paper templates for the panels like crazy. And I realized I didn't have any weld-through primer, so we can't actually weld the stupid things together. I don't want to weld bare metal to this car. I want to make sure everything is coated in weld-through primer before we do that. So I don't want to mess up this shirt too much, so should go get a shop shirt, but it's all right. It's all right. Go get a shop shirt? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will. I don't want to mess up my SLS shirt. This is a nice shirt. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. We're going to work on those panels today down there. I'll go get the furred hat too. Probably not going to need that heat today. Dude, it's cold in the garage. It's cold in the garage because it insulated all the damn cold. It's like a fridge in here. I had to open up the door to vent all the cold air. Yeah, it's still freaking cold in here. Cause, yeah, it insulated, but it insulated the wrong way. I'll be right back. All right, did you enjoy the shop? Yeah, it is a little cold in here. It's warming up now, but yeah, I had to open up the garage door. I came in here and it was probably 20 degrees cooler in the shop than it was outside. It was actually warm today. It's warm outside. All the snow is melting and my backyard is a mud pit. Hey, Violent, what's going on? Phil, what's that? You got a link for me? Takes forever. Over the coming days, we will conduct a series of tests. Okay. Why are you so soon streaming? Just got stuff to do, man. Test to activate Pad 2 at Starbase. Exercise new propellant loading operations and operate a vehicle with the new Raptor 3 engines installed for the first time. I'm retweeting that. Give me 1 second. Hey, Brewer. Thanks for the raid, man. All right. Let's get rolling. So, this is where we left off last night. So we made this piece, which is great, and then we were fabricating different pieces here to fill in the rest of the gaps. See if I can, that's going to be the real challenge today, see if we can make that. Got to figure out how we're going to make this in the brake. But I also have another template up here for the floor that goes in here that we're gonna have to put together. But yeah, you know what? I think we'll start there. Let's start with finishing up the templates, because that needs to go like that, right? And then this panel needs to go here. So I figure if we make all the metal, I can paint them. If I get to the point where we get these templates cut out, that's why I have everything marked T for template. If we get to the point where I can make these things out of metal, we can paint everything and then let it dry and then maybe work on it a little later in the week. But yeah, some of this is going to be a little bit challenging. It's going to be challenging to get the hump in that piece right there, but I think we can do it. After what I did yesterday with this bracket, I'm pretty damn happy with it. Take a look. Look at that. How's that for fit? That's two different pieces, by the way. It looks like it. It looks like it's always been there, which is great. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And then this piece that I already have made is going to go right here. See that? And that's going to fix the wheel well so I can put the actual wheel well in. Yep. All right, so this template's good to go. I can make this out of metal, but I want to get to the point where we can make all of them, so I have more templates to make. The next one shouldn't be too hard. So that's the next template that I stopped with last night because got a little tired. But I'm tired. Think I'll go home now. I actually think this one's pretty good. We're gonna have some trouble over here, but in terms of lining up over there, that's pretty damn close. All right, cool. And then I have the bend here to lay up on the inner rocker channel right there. And then got to figure out a piece that's going to go there. Yeah, this will work. Let me just mark this so I don't think it's a piece of scrap paper. So this panel I need to replace that piece, and then I'm kind of worried about over there. We might need to make that one bigger. Because I'm worried about that. There's a big pinhole over there. I might just plate it on top and then spray the bottom with rust converter. I coated the heck out of this with rust converter last night after the stream. Yeah. Cool. Should probably trim that over there too. We'll trim it after we do the template. Yeah, I'll trim this to fit. We have material there we can get rid of. I have a plate that's already welded in there. So could always just leave that, you know. A new piece of metal over this, if we undercoat it, it should be fine. But all right, let's get to making some templates, or making some metal pieces, shall we? Shall we? Welcome to the template station. It's very template-orific. And gets real messy in here real fast if you're not careful. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Tired, boss. All right. Thank you for not doing the grandpa one. Lots of people would be getting time out. No problem. Hang on, guys. I'm not even kidding. I gotta fix the zipper. The zipper in the pants is not doing very well. We'll do it live. You gonna go tank watching with NSF? If they need me, Martin, yeah. Weld the zipper? I'll just zip tie it. So what I do is I actually zip tie. I use a little cable tie and I tie the zipper to the button. That means you got to unbutton your pants if you want to pull your zipper down, but that's not something we need to do on stream, so we don't need to worry about it. All right, let's go. So, this, I did do my previous plates with 16 gauge steel, which is what this is. This is a little bit thicker, but all of that part of the car, the pans, are 24 gauge steel, so that's this stuff. It's just, well, it's thinner. The higher the number with gauge, the thinner it is. So we'll make these templates out of 24 gauge. Just gonna move all my spare 16 gauge steel around. They use different metal thicknesses to save money on the car. You use different thicknesses at different points where you need more structure. It's the same steel, but it's just different thickness. That's how they saved money back in the day. They just made it out of thinner metal in certain spots where it didn't need as much structure. I mean, the whole car is carrying structure for what it's worth because it's a unibody, but I also have my weld-through primer. When we are ready, we'll use that and hang on, I just gotta move this. Camera back a little bit on the welding table. There we go. All right. Okay. So, we'll start with this one first. That's the template that goes around the wheelhouse. And then this is the floor piece. The floor piece is gonna be easy. That's gonna be a joke to make. Honestly, just that. That's it. Now this one's gonna be a little bit more challenging, but we can do it. Ain't no problem. All right, let me get my clamps so we can clamp the metal. I'm gonna have to undo my template the metal piece that we made last night. I'm still really happy with this. This thing is really cool. See? New inner rocker panel. We'll paint that later. All right. Let me clean off the metal. Some nice spray away. This is glass cleaner. You probably shouldn't use it on metal, but it does clean the metal up real nice. All right, now what we need is this. Okay, it's getting really hot in here. I don't think I need the heater no more. Go for main engine shutdown. We have shutdown confirmed. I also have the little baby template for the under metal. So this one should be really easy to do. So what you got to do is just hold this sucker in place. You know, line it up as best as we can. And I like using the marker with this.
because it makes a thick red line with marker, and it gives you a nominal area to cut. Now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we can do it. It ain't no problem. Cutting this is gonna be fun. Cutting that's going to be even more fun. Of course, I dropped the cap. All right, cool. There we go. So once again, this is 24 gauge steel. We should be able to cut through that like butter with the grinding wheel. So let me get the grinder. Guys, turn your volumes down for this. This is heavy stuff. Hey, oh crap, I forgot to pull up YouTube chat out here. Give me 1 second, boys, on the YouTube side. Sorry about that, fellas. I'm just in a rush. We're in a rush to get stuff done. Not in a rush, you gotta do it. A while back, you bought a 5-gallon bucket of Evapo-Rust. I've been derusting, restoring, and sharpening some old wood planes. And it's done a great job, even in a cold garage. Dude, Evapo-Rust is magic. Unfortunately, Gunny, I think if I painted this car with the Evapo-Rust to, we could paint Evapo-Rust on it. I'm pretty sure there'll be no car left. All right, I got YouTube up. NSF does not have the testing stream scheduled until 2 p.m. Eastern. We got plenty of time. That's why I miss living on the East Coast, coffee and good ice cream. Yep. Yeah, let me just get caught up with YouTube's. Yeah, sweet. All right. Freaking love Dunkin' guy. Yeah. Gunny, if we Evapo-Rusted this, there'd probably be nothing from about here down. I know, because there was nothing from here down. Just in case we want a refresher. I saw this when we were on the metal break yesterday. Just in case anybody wants a refresher as to what the back of the frame rails looked like on this car, there it is. That's the back of the frame rails. So there should be something here that butts up to it. The rear cross member, nope. When we pulled the rear fascia off, the cross member came with it, which is not how that works at all, but the rest of it is in my vacuum cleaner over there. Yep. I'm keeping these. I actually have kept, I know it's gonna sound stupid, I've been keeping every single piece of scrap metal that we cut out of this car. And I haven't emptied my vacuum cleaner. Because at the end of this, I want to see just how much material we've cut out and vacuumed up off the floor of car. That's what these yellow crates are over here. I don't know if you guys have seen them in the background. One of those crates is full of scrap metal. It's mostly rust, but it's scrap metal. Welded all together. I'm not sure we could get away with welding anything, but see that the second yellow crate, this one over here, full of scrap metal, full of scrap metal. All the crap that we've cut out from this damn thing. We could melt it down, buy a blast furnace, a little mini blast furnace, melt all of it down. I mean, that would filter it out. I mean, all the slag would come to the top, all the rust, I think. All right, so headphone users, this gets loud, so bear with me, all right? Turn your volumes down, 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, that's one piece. Okay, how'd it come out? Close? Yeah. If the template's gonna look a little bit smaller than the metal, and that's why I do that nominal line around everything, to make it, give me some extra space. It gives you some space to trim if you need it. All right. Now this one's gonna be fun. Nope, need a little bit more. That was a weird piece to cut, dude. Weird piece to cut. So I'm gonna do, we're still attached somewhere, 2 spots. Actually, I was gonna get the snips, but this is 24 gauge steel, so we should just be able to fatigue the metal a little bit. Yeah, that was a weird one. I kind of screwed up a little bit on the bottom there, but we can file that out. It's no problem. I'll file that down. There's enough surface there to make this work. Now that one, I don't know. I was thinking maybe reposition that template somewhere else. Maybe over here where it's a little bit easier to cut. That's gonna be hard to do. Yeah, you know what? Send it. I changed my mind just now. Killer. Drop the check tomorrow. You know what sucks? When you pick it up and it's really hot. Oh, come on. Get up on the top. There we go. Yeah, all right. Burning your fingers is fun. Okay, so now I don't need the snips. Put the snips over there. What we should do is deburr these. So I'm gonna put these on the cutting, put those on the bench grinder over there. It's that thing right there. We're gonna deburr all this. See all this crap on the edge? See all that? We gotta get rid of that. That's no good. I'm gonna do that now. Sine wave inverter. I bought that freaking months ago. I gotta throw that box away. So we're just gonna get this all figured out here. Gonna deburr it. So like when you cut it, there's a little bit of leftover nonsense here. It's just a little bit of leftover like burnt metal from the grinding wheel. The grinding wheel gets hot and melts a little bit of the metal around it. Ow. Yeah, just bend my template or bend my metal piece. That's fine. Yeah, just make sure you just screw up this piece you just made. Totally good. Now, if you're wondering, the bench grinder is just it's a sandpaper wheel that spins around really, really fast. You can use it to file down stuff, just in case anybody cares. If not, I'm just making it less sharp so you don't cut yourself when you handle the piece. And we can file the rest of this, but there we go. That's one. We'll start with this piece and then we'll move to the other ones. Now some of these should just, are no big deal. Man, I really burnt my thumb. Now what we need to do is take this thing, we got to take this thing over to my brake, the press brake, and we have to bend it. We have to put that bend in it. This is going to have a lot of weird bends in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark where every bend is with a line here. But some of them bend the other way. Like, I'm going to have to go mess around with the brake about how we want to do this, because what it's supposed to look like basically this. That's what it's supposed to look like right there. You got to put that little hump-a-me-do in there. That's what it's called. It's a technical term, okay? That piece right there. See that? That's what we got to make. So how are we going to do this? So you could bend this piece first, then we'd have to flip it over, bend that piece up, then flip it back, bend that piece up, and then actually that's not too bad. All right, let's go work with the press brake. I'm going to use the paper. The press brake is that blue thing right there. I'm going to use the paper to practice my cuts, or to practice my bends, just to make sure I'm wrapping my mind around this correctly. So the first one, is that, right? So that's like that. And then the next one is that, right? Ooh, yeah, see, that poses a problem. This is going to be hard to get this thing out of here. This is going to be a little bit difficult to do this right. Maybe do the main hoop first, the main bend. Not hoop, we're not making a roll cage, idiot. So now that's like this, right? And then, ooh, yeah, this is going to be, I always mess up with the bending process, right? Like, Yeah. Okay. I know what I want to do. It's not going to take long to make another piece if we have to. So this one will go right here. Just double check. We're in the brake correctly. All right, let's do that brake first. Okay, so we have the bend for the wheel well. Now, what do we want to do? Yeah. All right, next. No, that's not going to fit. This is what I was worried about. Come on, get in there. There we go. No. Might need to flip this damn thing over. We're just figuring out the process here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up. Who's that? Hey, Jacobs. Get bent, Steel. It's better than bending your fingers. Will your car have JATO rocket brackets on the roof? I mean, if we wanted it to, I would probably build a roll cage for it if we were going to do that. But I mean, that would be cool. But I don't think so. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be neat. But yeah. So I have one bend like that, and then we need, basically got to get that over there, and then if we press it, it's going to look like this, right? And then if we can get that out, then we got to flip it over. Then we get that bend. Yeah, okay. You got to flip the piece around a couple of times. Jacob's 36 months though, thank you. Yeah, that's good for the next bend. I think I got this. I think I do. I don't know. Probably screw it up, but you know, that's the fun. Brake doesn't really want to do it. All right, we'll try to do with the, well, no. The other bend is too close for the quote unquote mandrel, I guess. So Should have done that one first. All right, let's try the center one. Screw it. Let's try it. It's 24 gauge steel. It's not going to be, we can always bend it back into position if it's going to be too big of a problem. Okay. Yeah, we should have done the other one first. Then again, if I just hand bend this sucker back into position, that actually gives you a pretty good hump. Hold on, I just hand bent it back. There we go. It's not bad. It might be okay. Check it out, dudes. So I mean, like I said, it's 24 gauge steel, so you could just really bend it with your hands. I did get that hump piece. Let's go see how this fits. Just out of curiosity. I'm not sure I put the hump in the right place, so to speak. But, you know, we'll check. So this piece goes right here. Actually, it's pretty close. Nice. Yeah. Let me get my other bracket, the rocker bracket, and we'll see how it all kind of fits together. SpaceX posted some incredible booster photos. Yeah, I saw them, Pat. Yeah, they were saying how they're going to do the testing on the pad. Oh, man, I'm ready. Get me my template. Here's the metal piece. I don't know, dudes, that looks all right to me. The hump is just a smidge off center. But if I move this template here like that, yeah, it's pretty damn close. This is going to be fun to weld in, especially with 24 gauge. If we're going to do more 24 gauge welding, guys, I have to get I have to change the welder wire. We have to use 25 thou and extremely low voltage to get this right. Actually not bad. That's pretty damn close. And we zap that in. Where's my other templates? So good seeing Booster 19 on pad 2. Yeah, Rares. Yeah, it's good, man. I am very happy. It's super neat. Where's one of my templates? Where's the wheel well template? Okay. Oh, there it is. So if all this goes together, back it out, this piece should go right here, and these plates should butt up against it. Yeah, everything is nice and flush. This thing, when we go to weld that in, that should get us what we're looking for. That's real good. Real good. I was making sure that these flanges are flush. These two pieces right here. Yeah, it's all real happy. Real happy. All right, now I am just gonna see where the bend line for this piece is. I got a rough area where the bend is supposed to be, and then I'm gonna put this through the brake to crease that real quick. Dude, this press brake is mint. I'm so happy we got this. It was also given to me because my community is way too nice. There we go. Will look even better when we have one at 39 and Artemis 2 is sitting on 39B still. Yeah. That's not bad. And then we're gonna have to make that piece right there. I still don't know what I want to do with this. I might just cut this out and extend this template. I might just extend this piece this way, zip this off, clean out the rust from under there. I could probably redo this piece and just make a whole strip that goes to the end. And then we take this, we put it on top of it, and we lap it over just as Daddy Mopar intended. Nice. Nice. And then I'm going to steel it the hell out of these things. But yeah, we're going to have to switch out the welding wire to 25 thou if we're going to weld this 24 gauge stuff. This stuff is really thin. You don't need thick wire to make a pool with it. Community is way too nice because you deserve it. Yeah. Why am I getting license plate vibes? It's not that far off. It's 24 gauge steel. License plates are similar. SpaceX not only posted booster pictures, they also reclassified the company away from a tech company to basically a train freight line so they can circumnavigate some employee laws. Oh, neat. They are a logistics carrier at this point, dude. I mean, Navy SEAL, whatever the reasons are, I would agree that spaceflight is going the way of being a logistics carrier. Very similar to what Boeing was doing in the 20s. Not a lot of people know that the US government paid Boeing and Douglas and Martin in the 30s to build long-range planes to move the US mail around. They're called Clippers. They're huge flying boats, and that huge flying boat thing led to, well, long-range bomber technology. Not saying that that would apply here, I really hope not, but, you know, you kick the snowball down the hill. So reclassifying them as a logistics carrier is not the stupidest idea, but if it's to skirt employee protection, I don't know how to feel about that. But I don't know, I'd have to go look at it myself, dude. All right. Cool. Shall we steal it? I think that's a good idea. How are we going to do this? I want these things completely coated. So, what time is it? Yeah, we got 15 minutes. I would personally like a Starship Fighter, bomber, and jet. I really hope we could, you know, conquer the stars without doing that, but yeah. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. That would suck. All right, let me get, I got to set up my paint booth here. Probably do with cleaning these up before we do that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna paint these two. The, oh man, burnt skin, gross. I'm just gonna paint these two first. Yeah, with the weld through primer. The other template, it's not really cut to size. And to be honest, this one really isn't much either. I could do with trimming this, so I trim this out. But I said we'd start game stuff at noontime, so. And it's quarter till, so let's at least get this sucker painted so we can weld it. That's a good idea. So let me get my paint booth out and we'll go. I need to work more with this. We need to massage it into place. Or just drop it on the ground so it breaks. You know, that works too. Yeah, dropping it on the ground is a good idea. Okay. With this piece, should we drill the holes in it to plug weld? We might, yeah, I have to drill some holes in this thing. I have to drill holes where it meets up with the two suspension mounts. Just so we can rosette weld that thing into position. Now, fortunately, when we clamped the thing, the clamps left marks. So I have the spots where we need to drill. We got to drill some holes in this bad boy. We can use the tang vise to do it. I forgot I have a vise over here now. I keep forgetting. Okay, let me get my drill and we will drill 2 holes in this thing. This is a big drill. We'll drill 2 holes in that so we can plug weld it to the suspension mount before, and I want to do that before we paint it. I don't want to go paint the stupid thing and then have to do more work by painting it again. Now this already had this other drill that I have, the big red one, already has the, it already has the drill bit that I was using for plug welding, the trunk. That's the same bit, so I know that works. Hey, Dons, that's actually a knife, mate. Sounds like someone needs a mag drill. Yeah, mag drill would be nice. I'm not asking for tools though. I think my budget for asking for tools is exhausted. Should really be done on a drill press, but this will work. Okay, that's one. Almost got it. There we go, it took. You don't need high RPM to drill through metal. That's what I've noticed. Sweet. I'm gonna get my deburring tool. I'm gonna deburr those damn holes. I gotta get a camera with wires long enough to get over here, dudes. The deburr give me a nice beveled edge that the weld will take very nicely to. It's the first real work we're doing with the tang vise. Man, now I'm like mildly annoyed that we have, there's like metal shavings on my tang box. But, you know, toolbox ain't dirty, you ain't working. Cool. All right, let me bring this back over so I can show you guys. So these are just where I can, see those two holes? They're where I can work on the plug welds to the, we're gonna plug weld it to the original suspension mounts. You know, the one that I patched yesterday. Toro, what's up? isn't exactly circular, but it's okay. It's just for a plug weld. Let me switch back over to the other camera. Let me just make sure I drilled those holes in the right spots. Oh yeah. Just making sure this all totally lines up. Yeah, it looks like I may have trimmed a little bit too much off the original rocker, dudes. But if we plug weld this and I go very light with the bead, we should be able to get this back in shape. There we go. That's where you need to be. Yeah, those will work. All right, cool. Holes are in the right spot. Good. All right, now we got to paint this. I got to steel it. What I really want to do is steel it the back side of this. The side that, so the inside of this is going to be facing the inner rocker, which will be right here. Actually, real quick, let's just check something. So if I take this and we line up the pinch weld, yep, yeah, that's good. This has to go up and over. Yeah, pretty good. It works. Nice. Sweet. See how that fits together? Good, good, good. Very nice. Yeah, this side's going to be facing towards the inner rocker, but we're still going to paint that. I'll paint it, and then we'll cure it, and then we'll flip it over and paint the other side. So I got my paint booth out here. It's a very nice piece of, very professional piece of cardboard for, you know, painting applications. Now, a nice thing to do would be to hang this. It would be to hang it from a, like you hang it from a coat hanger or something, and then you can spray it, but it's okay. We got a heat gun. We will use the heat gun to our advantage. Cure one side fast. All right. Let me move the camera over here. So you guys can see the painting ability. Yeah, it's just going to be fabricating little knickknacks for the car for a little while, but all these little things add up into nice parts. true power of this fully armed and operational paint station. All right, so I'm just going to turn this like that. Minimal points of contact with the ground. And we will get our weld-through primer that we got. I've never used this before. I've been using Steel It, but I have some NAPA. Here. And I'm gonna get the respirator on just because I don't feel like getting high on paint fumes. At least not today, maybe. Like tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Not on a Monday. I'm not that type of classy.
You don't own paint. NAPA does. You know, NAPA, space people. Get yourself a drill sharpener for even easier holes in metal. All right. You don't own paint. NAPA does. It's supposed to be dirty, yeah. NAPA does. Space people? Maybe. Okay, that's not happening. All right, let's roll. Now, what I'm going to do here is get my spray away again. Just going to clean the surface up here. Clean it up, let that dry, and then we paint. There's still some sharp edges up at the front, but we can file those off later. And make sure you don't touch it after you clean it like I just did. All right. Let's dance. So what I'm going to do is just test this. Yep, okay, cool, we got good spray. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. It looks like Steel It. I mean, it's pretty much the same. So now we just give that a little upside down spray. Clean the tip of the nozzle off. And yeah, just put that down for a second. Okay, now we get the heat gun and we cure this paint. Get it a little pecky. A pecky-roo. Why are you painting it? It's to protect it so it doesn't rust again. Part of the reason why this car rusted out is because there was a lot of unprotected metal. The factory didn't paint it. They didn't do this. They didn't do it to save money, and I don't, in the 60s, I'm not sure they knew any better. I mean, maybe they did. Oh, I actually like this stuff. But what this will do is protect the metal. It's, you know, there's a coating on the metal instead of it just being bare metal and whatever gets onto it gets onto it. Just keep it nice and good. And keep it protected. And this is good stuff because you can weld through it. So like this spot and that spot are going to be butted up against the suspension mounts, right? Actually, I should go give those a little coat while I'm at it with the Steel It spray. And because they'll be butted up against it, all right, because they'll be butted up against it, gotta clean the tip here. You know, you don't have to, if stuff does get in there, the paint will just prevent it from rusting. Okay, respirator off.
Respirator off. Today's beach closer was pulled. Uh-oh. Yep, no testing today. Oh man, that stuff smells. That stuff does not smell as good as Steal It. I'm opening the door. Steal It smells great. It smells like candy. You still shouldn't smell it, but it does smell like candy. That's all I'm saying. Just gonna get some fresh air in here. Yeah, that smells like industrial chemicals. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, great. F for smell. It looks great though. That weld through looks really good. I'm gonna keep heating this bad boy. I want to get the back side of this too, but I'm not sure. Not sure how we're going to do that. Huh. Did it bake in the sun for a bit? Yeah. They seem to be having issues with the BQD. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay, this should be good to flip over. Let's, I'm gonna get the respirator back on and we'll paint the other side. The paint didn't tack to the other, to the cardboard, so.
So Steal It is like bubblegum flavored medicine, and this is the medicine flavored medicine? Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Steal It smells like candy apple. Seriously, it smells amazing. You should not inhale it, but it smells amazing. Why would they make it smell amazing if you weren't supposed to inhale it, man? Like, I don't know. All right, ready? And just make sure spray works. Yep. Gonna put on a nice big coat there. Cool. Spray the gun upside down. There we go. That puts the aerosol through the nozzle and it cleans it out so it doesn't get jammed again. Okay, more heat gun. I actually like this. This stuff, I like the way this goes on a little bit better than the Steal It, believe it or not. It's a little bit of a schmutz stuck on the metal there. Now the cool thing about this is now it's painted and I can weld right through this. Killer. All right, sweet.
Okay. All right, dudes, we're good. Let's start packing it down here. Start getting ready for the games. We have to build a new spaceship on Vulcanus. All right. Yeah, well, we got a little bit done. This is what we should be doing, just getting little tiny bits done today over time. Let me put my hearing protection back. Yeah. So next automotive stream, actually, dudes, I might just zip that thing in off stream and then show you the results later. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Yeah, once I get the inner rocker in, then we can patch up the floor. I'll clean up those templates. Yeah, that's probably, I mean, I think you guys get the point of like welding all the panels in and stuff. So, I mean, if you want to see me zap those things in when they're ready, you know, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, we can do it, or we don't, I mean, we don't have to. But yeah, cool. All right, sweet. Got that done. Now we're back in business. We are back, baby. We are back. We are back. We'll get this, I enjoy watching the welding, but whatever works for you. All right. Well, yeah, if you want to watch it, dude, just let me know. I'll do it. I'm a little bit self-conscious about welding 24 gauge. I've never done that before. Never done that. So we'll see. I need something cold. I really burnt the snot out of my thumb. You like watching the welding? Okay, cool. Yeah, if I have nothing to do tomorrow morning, or even later tonight, dude, maybe we do it for after hours. We'll zap that damn panel in there after, like on the other side of Space News, if I'm feeling it, dudes. Sometimes at the end of the day, I'm just tired. I mean, I didn't get much sleep. The freaking time zone change really screwed me up. But here's the weird thing. It screwed me up in the wrong way. I woke up at 5 when I should have woken up at like 11 or 10. I usually wake up at 8, so I should have woken up at 9, but I woke up at 5 instead. And I'm like, I'm awake, you know, like practice on some scrap might not be a bad idea. I agree. Yeah. We'll practice on some crappy templates or something. But yeah, once just at the end of every auto stream, I like giving a little bit of a status update, like as to overall what we're doing. So once I get the floors finished, we get the floors patched up in that corner. I rebuild the inner rocker, right? And then we have to figure out what we're going to do with this semicircle bracket here, figure out how we're going to fix that. And if we can build that down, right, and make the tabs for it, I will. It's ridged a little bit so it doesn't bend. I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't have a dimple die here, but I'm sure we could figure something out. Heck, dude, this whole panel's kind of shot. I might have to just remake it. There's a whole intermediate panel here that holds, that's structural for the door jamb. This is only on the sedans here. It's this piece with the circles. Yeah, that piece is kind of hosed. After we rebuild the rocker, we might just rebuild it. I don't know. We'll see. And then, yeah, once we have all that done, yeah, and the wheel well patched and everything, then we can start actually fabricating a new rocker here. And then we move to fabricating the door jamb parts once the rocker is in position. And then we just we'll test fit with the wheel well and stuff. And then once that's all good to go, then then the only thing left to do over here in this area of the car is hang the quarter panel. A quarter panel I don't have. You can use a small diameter filler wire so you have more voltage to control lower heat. I have 25 thousandth wire for the 24 gauge Drew. Yeah, I've just never done it before. We'll figure it out though. As long as like controlling the pool and everything and using the right voltages, I mean, I'm sure I could dial that in. As long as I can get a pool, I can weld. I'm good. Yeah, I have 25 thou. We've been using 35 thou with 16 gauge steel because up until this point, all the stuff that I've been welding is heavy gauge. That trunk pan is 16 gauge steel. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty hefty steel. Yeah, and the frame rails are 16 gauge too. So when I remade those, yeah, I've been using higher voltage. So just to sum it up, floors, inner rocker, floors on top of it, seal that all up. That intermediate, I call it an intermediate rocker, right? Figure out how that's going to work. I mean, it shouldn't be like, I don't know, I should be able to make that. How can we do a dimple die? How could we do that? I have a press and we could use two different sockets. We could use two different impact sockets. That might do it. Like if you put, this is just an example, right? If you put this on the press and you put the metal on top of it and then you put this on top of it and then push it through, that acts like a die. And that could make that beveled edge that I'm looking for. I just need to find the right combination of sockets to make something that diameter. But yeah, we should be able to do that. Like I got a hydraulic press over there. It's just a 5-ton press. It's not anything big. But EJ, everyone but EJ said hi to you. Hi. What's up, man? So yeah, actually, then quarter panels. My next paycheck, dudes. No, my next paycheck. You guys already paid for the damn quarter panels and a lift for what it's worth. That was already paid for. People already tip money to the stream with the expectation for the quarter panels, so that's what I'm gonna. After that, it's buy the quarter panel, and then, yeah, go from there. Welcome to EJ Hydraulic Press channel. I am EJ. Hello, hello. This wheel well is also 24. It's 24 with the quarter panel looks to be 16 gauge, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. The real hard part is going to be modifying a 2-door panel to fit this correctly, but I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure I can get it done. Because we have the inner wheelhouse there, this piece, the inner wheelhouse, we can use that to our advantage. Yep. That's honestly getting this all welded back together, huge milestone. And then, you know what sucks? We got to do it on the other side. That's going to suck. It's going to, well, you know, it's going to suck. It's just doing the same thing. I already have the templates made. We just got to make more. We make mirrored versions of them. That's the other reason why I'm marking everything, every template that I use, I'm marking it with a T, so I know not to throw it away. You know, I have all the templates that we've made for this side of the car over there, and presumably it's rusting in more or less similar spots. So, yeah. Yeah, once that's a huge milestone, dude, because, yeah, that's a freaking nightmare in there. There was so much rust in there, but we've gotten most of it. Yep. Yep. I just gotta, yeah, getting this rocker all patched up and right is gonna suck. But we'll do it. It's not, this ain't no problem. It ain't no big thing. I'm just worried that there's also Bondo in here somewhere. But yeah, we can also make the templates for this from the other side, which is pretty good because the door jamb is more or less intact over there. Well, it looks intact. It's probably caked in as much Bondo as this is, but yeah, getting that all fixed up will be really nice. Yeah, real nice. So overall with the project, we get this done. I have the trunk extension, we have the wheelhouse. I got to do a modification to the wheelhouse to get it to lap up against this correctly. Yeah. Yeah, man, this is going to be pretty freaking cool. Yeah, I've almost got all the schmutz cleaned off this damn thing. In this area, at least. See, now whenever I do these recaps, I always sit here and think about all the stuff I need to do. And I'm like, I'm jonesing because I want to do it. But we, you know, I said we'd play Factorio. So we'll probably come back out here for after hours or something. If I'm feeling it, and we could clean up the rest of this. Clean up the rest of the rocker. We weld that inner rocker in. Finish fabricating up this. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do next. And then we really gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with the door jamb. Remaking the jamb is gonna suck. But we could do it. We can do it, I'm not too worried. Are you covering either of the rocket launches today? Yeah, I should be. One addiction to feed over another. Facts. Yeah, Drew, that's a good idea. Right where the templates go. Yep. Because like I said, I can only assume that there's going to be rust on the other side. The other door jamb looks intact. It's got pinholes in it though, so it's probably not intact. It's probably Bondo with paint over it like this one was. But yeah, all right, we're 20 minutes behind. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 46 for Crew Cab Charger. It was a little shorter, but yeah, let's go play some games. Stand by for loss of signal from the shop as expected.